Hello and welcome to France for stage 6 of the SISU Tour, the Gentil 8. 25.8 kilometres, 248 metres of climbing, and every rider alone against the clock in this individual time trial. And the story is the Category C general classification. Who takes time today, who leaks it, and where Poole comes out of it. A word on how that works. This stage has been run 14 separate times across 2 days, and the Category C times from all 14 of those waves have been poured into a single combined leaderboard. The riders you will see out on the road around Poole are only the ones from his own start wave, every grade away together. The classification he is actually racing stretches across all 14. And the clock is running! Stage 6 is underway! So straight to it, Chloe. Poole starts the day 48th on this classification. Who ahead of him is out of reach, and who behind him should he be worried about?
Ahead of him, Esrt is already gone. Behind him, it is Wiese and Cheetahs. And here is why, Simon. There is one climb out here, and the rest of this is flat. So it is raw watts that move you along, not watts per kilo. Wiese sits 20 seconds back and below Poole on power to weight, and he is still projected a minute quicker because he is putting over 325 of them into the pedals. And do not lose Eggleton. 48 seconds down. He traded blows with Poole all the way up the Alp on stage 5, and he is riding in Poole's own start wave today. Same road, same clock. He is the one rival out there Poole can actually see and chase.
And viewers can follow every bit of that live. Beside each rider, we are carrying 3 classification numbers. Where they stood on the general classification at the start of this stage, where they sit on it right now, and where they are projected to finish it if they hold this pace. Then the strain bars. The heart across the top is how close they are to a career best cardiac effort. And underneath it, the flame on the left shows how deep into their systemic limit they are at that moment. The lightning bolt on the right, how close they are to a power best. Full and green means comfortable. Empty and flashing means a new ceiling.
Lovely stuff, Chloe. Right, 25 kilometres, 1 climb, and a classification to settle. Let's get into it.
6 minutes gone, Simon, and this classification is already being rearranged. Wise started 20 seconds behind Poole, and he is under 6 now. 14 seconds taken back at over 300 watts, which is precisely the argument we made before the flag. Eggleton has pulled 19 back, Cheetahs 21, and ahead of them, Esrt has turned a 6-second lead into 26. But look at Eggleton's bars while you were there. Flame and lightning both nearly out and 22 kilometers still to ride.
Yeah, and that flame's flashing empty already. No surprise to him, mind you. I had a yarn with Eggleton before the stage, and this was always the plan. Full send from the gun, rip as much time out of Poole as he can while the legs are fresh, then hang on and hope. Reckons he's got nothing to lose from where he's sitting. Fair dinkum, that's a gutsy way to ride a time trial.
And it is working, Robbo. Eggleton has already cut 48 seconds down to 21. But while you were telling us that, the classification moved elsewhere. Wiese has gone past Poole. 20 seconds down at the start, 22 taken back, and he is ahead of him now. Poole drops to 49th. Yet Poole has not changed a thing. The same steady wattage he has held since the gun, a fraction under his sustainable power, with the petty KOM 2 kilometres up the road.
And the road is about to change sides, Simon. Poole is 600 meters from the foot of the Petite KOM, and for the next 2.7 kilometers, it is watts per kilo that decides it, not raw watts. Wiese has taken 25 seconds out of Poole on the flat with sheer horsepower, and a climb is exactly where that advantage narrows. But watch Cheetahs, 38 seconds taken already, and the best power to weight of anyone behind him.
And Poole has finally lifted it onto the lower slopes of the Petit KOM, and for the first time all day he is riding above his sustainable power, 3.5 watts a kilo. And look what it has done behind him. Cheetahs, Eggleton and Eliason have all stopped taking time out of him. The climb has steadied his ship. This must have been his plan all along.
And now the board is turning around, Simon. Poole is holding 3.5 watts a kilo up the steepest part of the Petite KOM, and everyone who spent the flat roads chasing him is paying for it. Eliason has gone from 9 seconds back to 16. Cheetahs from 24 to 28, and he has taken 3 seconds back out of Wiese. The first time all day that gap has moved his way.
And make no mistake, this is Poole doing the damage rather than anybody cracking behind him. He has put 40 watts more into this climb than he was holding on the flat roads. Eliason has not changed his number at all. The same steady power he has ridden since the gun, and it has cost him 12 seconds in 5 minutes. That is what a gradient does to riders who do not answer it.
And here is the part that should worry Poole, Simon. Cheetahs has taken 38 seconds out of him today, and every one of them came before the climb. On this gradient, she has gained nothing at all. Same story with Wiese. 26 seconds won on the flat roads, 17 of them handed straight back going up. The climb is Poole's ground, and there are 15 kilometers of descent and flat waiting on the other side of this summit.
And Poole is through! He was already ahead of Eggleton on the classification, and now he is ahead of him on the road as well, which means the 48 seconds he started this stage with is back exactly where it was. And both of them have gone past their own limits doing it. 2 lightning bolts flashing empty at the top of the Petite KOM, the best power either man has ever produced.
And look what that descent has done, Simon. Poole crested with his flame almost empty and his heart bar nearly gone. And 2 minutes of freewheeling has put both back to a quarter full. A complete reset. Wiese has not taken it though. 270 watts down a hill. The hardest anybody in this fight has ridden it, and his flame has barely shifted. Poole recovered on that descent. Wiese paid for it.
And Eggleton is not finished with this. Poole went past him at the top of the Petite KOM, and he has come straight back at him. 2 seconds up the road again as they wind into the intestines. He has not given up on this fight, not for a moment.
Yeah, Simon, I'm here in the orange Zwift tent as they come by, and that was lovely to see. Poole's come back up to Eggleton and given him a ride on. Thumbs up, right there on the road. That's not gloating, mate, that's come on. Let's drag each other home. No draft, no wheel to give him, nothing either of them can actually do for the other, and they'll still push each other all the way to that line. Mind you, everything looks lovely from in here. Feet up, drinks on the house. Right, there's a tray of sausage rolls with my name on it, and they're not going to eat themselves. Oh, yours, Simon.
And Cheetahs has taken it! She has gone past Poole on the classification. 65 seconds pulled back on him today, more than a full minute, and Poole drops to 49th. Wiese is 5 seconds behind him and still coming, and there is just under 10 kilometres left, every one of them flat, which is precisely the ground where Wiese carries 325 watts of sustainable power to Poole's 230. There is nothing left on this course that favours Poole.
And it is unfolding exactly as this road promised, Simon. Wiese was 5 seconds behind Poole 2 minutes ago, and he is 3 now. Cheetahs is 4 in front. But here is Poole's one card. His flame is the least drained of the 3 of them. He has more left in reserve than either rider squeezing him, and 8.5 kilometers to spend it in.
And Eggleton is edging away from Poole again. No attack, no surge, just a metre at a time through the intestines. They were level 5 minutes ago, and he is 4 seconds up the road now. The rider who emptied himself on that climb is still quietly taking time out of Poole.
Let me give you the whole picture, Simon, because it is not all going one way. Poole has lost 2 places today, Cheetahs and Wiese both coming past him. But look up the road. Amo started this stage 88 seconds ahead of Poole, and he is 33 now. 56 seconds handed back, and he has slid from 41st to 44th. Sherborne is drifting back to him as well. Poole is losing this at one end and gaining at the other.
Oh, have a look at this. Poole has clawed Eggleton back up over that little kicker, and he's now back level with him. Eggleton's just told Poole he's toast. Bloke's telling the entire world he's cooked, and he's still riding. Absolute legend. They're out the far end of the intestines now, which winds you round and round, then spits you out the other end, roughly where me 4 sausage rolls are headed. Toast and sausage rolls, cracking afternoon in this tent.
Thank you for that, Robbo. I shall never look at a sausage roll the same way again. And Eggleton is still right there, refusing to be shaken off. But it is the classification in front of Poole that matters now. Wiese, 3 seconds. Cheetahs, 11. Esrt, 14. Sherborne, 19. Amo, 22. 5 riders inside 22 seconds with 4.5 kilometres to run and a cobbled rise still to come.
And here is exactly why they are coming back to him, Simon. Take the flat roads before the Petite KOM and compare them with the flat roads since the descent. Similar terrain before and after. ESRT is putting out 44 watts less now than she was then. Eggleton, 32 less. AMO, 22. Cheetahs, 17. Poole is putting out 4 more. He started this stage 16 watts below his sustainable power, and that restraint is the reason he still has something left now. The question is whether it will be enough.
Righto, 2K to run. And forget the gaps for a second. Have a look at ESRT's heart bar. That thing's been empty and flashing for 25 minutes straight. Not a flicker of green in it since the foot of the climb. She's never asked that of herself in her life, and she's still holding it. And here's the kicker, Simon. The board reckons Poole finishes this stage back in 48th, exactly where he woke up this morning. Back to you.
1 kilometre left of the Gentil 8, and the road begins to tilt up toward the Dose Darn, and Poole has already started winding it up, around 250 watts now and rising over his sustainable power for the first time since the Petite KOM. Wiese is the target, 5 seconds up the road on the classification, and that gap has been shrinking since the village. Poole empties the tank and crosses the line, and he finishes on exactly the same time as Wiese overall. 48th on the general classification, exactly where he started this morning. 2 places lost out on the flat roads, 2 places won back on the climb and the run home. Cheetahs is the big winner of the day, up 7. Ammo loses 8, and Eggleton, who threw everything at this from the gun, finishes precisely where he began as well.
And the board called it well, Simon. Eliason down 3 as predicted. Thompson up 1, Kurt down 1, all exactly as projected. 2 riders went against it. Poole was projected to lose 2 places and lost none, coming home 32 seconds faster than his estimate. And ESRT, projected the biggest gainer of anybody here, finished nearly 2 minutes down on hers and lost 3 places instead. That heart bar had been flashing since the foot of the climb. You wonder whether she has raced this one under the weather.
A stage that gave nothing away. Eggleton threw everything at it from the gun. A ride to be proud of. 1 stage left, and that board is very nearly what they carry into Paris. See you there.